Hello, Capricorn, to your horoscope for November and December 2025. So let's begin with the November calendar. Looking at your money days. The 1st, the 27th, and the 28th. These are really good money days for you. These are days that you should have money in hand. Money is easy to manifest on these days. If you need to borrow money, these are good days to ask for that. And if you've lent out money, these are good days for that as well. If you have billing or you have invoicing to do, great days for that. Now, if you want to learn about the markets, the 6th and the 7th are your best days for that. You should be able to understand the markets well on these days. Now, if you are already in the market and you want to invest further, then the 19th, 20th, and 21st are your best days for that. Now, if you want to take profit, the 1st, 27th, and 28th are good days for that. Again, this is not financial advice. Please speak to an advisor for that. Regarding your career, the best days are the 17th and 18th of November. These are good days for you to focus on putting a lot of effort into your work. Your work environment will be very supportive. Your co-workers, your higher ups will actually see your efforts and appreciate your efforts. If you have meetings on these days, presentations, they should go well and in your favor. And now let's move on to your love life. For those of you who are married, the 10th and 11th are really good days for you to bond romantically with your partner. Their energies are very receptive to you on these days. If you're single, then the 6th and the 7th are good days for you. This is a very romantic energy. For those of you who are students, then the 6th and the 7th are good days for you to do some learning, because these are days where your mind will be more clear. You're able to focus more. Your concentration will be very strong on these days. Now moving on to the red section of the calendar, which is the caution days. Now, these days you have to be a little bit mindful of your decision making. Keep your decisions pending, as you could be making the wrong decisions during this time. This is also a time, these days in the red, they're actually a little bit more challenging energy, which means the energy during this time is not in your support, basically. And I will break this down further by the dates listed there. Now, the 22nd and 23rd, those days are days where your energy will be quite low. On these 2 days, you're going to want to self-isolate. You're going to feel a little bit lonely, a little bit sad energy here. And you just don't really want to deal too much with people on these 2 days. You're also going to feel like you're not getting the support that you desire, really. You could also have unexpected expenses. You could have health issues, so be mindful of that. On the 8th and 9th, this is a very different energy. This is where you could have health issues, you could have expenses, so be mindful of that. But the energy here is more irritated, whereas the 22nd, 23rd is a very low energy. The 8th and 9th is a very irritated energy, meaning you could very easily get into an argument with someone. So definitely take a screenshot of this calendar and be mindful of these days, and you'll see that these are on point. And if you know other people and their ascendant signs, you can also watch their dates and see how they're behaving according to the calendar. It's very, very on point. Now, the 12th and the 13th, these are days where you're going to feel kind of stressed. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel overworked. You're going to feel almost overburdened. And you're not going to get very much done on these days. It's a lot of, it's just a feeling of being overwhelmed and stressed. So it's 2 days, you need to let it pass. Overall, you have 6 days, which you have to be a little bit mindful. The rest of the days, you have really good money days. You have a good number of money days this month. So it's a good money month for you. But what I would say is definitely focus on, especially on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Those are really good days for you to recollect your energies, to rest, to relax. These are also good days for you to do some self-journaling, do some reading, spend some me time. Those are your days. Now moving on to December. Now, for December, your money days are the 24th and 25th. This is, again, where you'll have money in hand. Money comes to you easily. Great days for you to manifest money. If you want to learn about the markets, the 3rd, 4th, and 30th are good days for that. If you want to invest further into the market, the 16th, 17th, and 18th are good days for that. Again, this is not financial advice, so please speak to a professional for that. Moving on to career. Now, for career, 14th and 15th are your best career days of the month. This is where you'll actually shine in the work environment. You'll get the support that you need, the recognition that you need at work. Good days for meetings, good day for presentations for you. Now, let's look at love. Regarding love, if you're married, the 7th and 8th are really good days for you to maybe go out on a date, spend your time with your loved one. Your partner is going to be very receptive to you on this day, so if you need to have a chat with them, this is a great time for that as well. If you are single, then good date days are the 3rd, 4th, and the 30th. This is where the energy is very romantic, creative, spontaneous, and you're in the mood for pleasure on these days. If you're a student, the 3rd, 4th, and 30th are good days for you to do any assignments, do any tests, do any learning, because your focus, your concentration, your mind, clarity of mind is really there. So you're able to absorb the information that you're taking in really easily. Now moving on to the red section of the calendar, which is your caution days. So these are days you want to be mindful of your decision making. You want to keep your decisions pending. This energy is a little bit challenging. So basically, this energy is not in your favor, so it's working against you. So definitely these days, if you have court dates, if you have court dates, if you have negotiations, meetings, appointments, it's better to have those on more favorable dates, so that way the outcome is more in your favor. Here, first of all, you'll find it challenging, and secondly, the outcome will not be in your favor. So it's not a good idea, really. Now, let me really break it down by the dates. So the 19th and 20th, this is where you will find that you're feeling quite low. You could have unexpected expenses, health issues. You're going to want to self-isolate on these days. You're not feeling loved. You're not feeling supported. It's just that kind of a low energy. The 5th and the 6th is where you could have health issues. You could have expenses again. And this energy is a very irritated energy, where 19th, 20th is very low energy. 5th and 6th is very irritated energy, which means you could very easily get into a conflict with someone. So again, be mindful of the dates, so that way at least you can control yourself, and that will help you to manage situations better on these red days. Now, moving on to the 9th and 10th. This is where you're going to feel stressed. Okay, you're going to feel overwhelmed and overstressed and overburdened with situations. So you just want to lay low and let this energy kind of pass. Now, the best days for you to collect your energies and rest, relax, self-reflect are the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Those are really good days for you to get your energies back, to regenerate, rejuvenate, reinvigorate yourself again. So there you go, Capricorn. That is your November and December calendar for 2025. Take a screenshot of it so that way you have the dates on hand, and when and watch these dates, and you'll see that it's very much on point. Again, this is your Vedic ascendant sign. This is not Western astrology, and this is not using your moon sign. So please make sure that your Vedic ascendant sign is correct when you're watching these calendar videos. Thank you.